Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Artisans of Glimmith. We have solved about 130 of the puzzles. I just, out of curiosity, Googled how many puzzles there are in the game. It turns out the answer is over 1,200. So this series could go on for a long time at the current rate. Okay, everything has area exactly 9. Got all of these, like, choke areas. Okay, so let's just make this red, for example, and ask how many cells can red get going back this direction, that is, without taking that cell. And I think it could take these 4, 5, 6, 7, but it can't actually get to 7 because that would choke off this, and it can't take sort of these two are two different colors is the primary point. Maybe even actually I should do it this way. I'll make this, stick with red, yellow. Red can't run over here without cutting off yellow too far. Sorry, red, I should say, can't come further than here. So that means without taking these cells, red can only get to 6. So red needs at least to come up there. This cell we know is not red. And again, we're sort of now maxed at 7. So that cell's also going to be red. This is going to be something. I don't know what. It can't be yellow. I was worried about whether it was going to be this yellow or not, but it's not the yellow. Okay, so this red again now currently is capped at 8 cells, if it doesn't take that cell, so it does. Okay, that's helpful for orange, because now orange has to come down this way. And indeed there. Okay, so currently now if it doesn't take more cells down here, it's currently at 8 if it were to take that cell. And now if this cell isn't red, red is now capped at 7. Because if this cell was none red, whatever color it was, I guess it would have to be yellow, but you don't even have to see that. If this were not red, red would be stuck in this this row plus that one cell, which would be 7 cells. So now that cell is red, which means that cell's red. Red's currently at 7. Oh, actually interesting, because now red could take that cell, but red still has to take that cell no matter what. So yellow comes down like this. This is now a new color that's neither yellow nor orange. Which is kind of interesting. We'll make it purple. I'd like to know that this has to be purple. I certainly know that these two are the same color no matter what. Because there's 4. Oh, there's 4 total. Right, this is 6 by 6 and the regions have size 9. This over here so we have all of our pieces named now. So this is either purple or yellow. Is there any possible way it's yellow? No, not a chance in hell. If yellow tries to come over here, it'd have to bend around here, and that would certainly cut off purple. So yeah, so that is purple. Okay, orange currently sits at 7. This down here now has to be purple because yellow can't get to it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess in some fantasy world, yellow could technically get to it, but in the world where yellow gets to it, these cells aren't anything, which is a problem. So yeah, so this is purple. Right. Purple. Oh, purple could connect like that, right? In fact, purple probably does connect like that, actually. Oh, weird. Now I think it's... Oh, no, it's not broken. Okay, so if... Here's the problem. If this cell is yellow, that is, if yellow does this, now this cell has to be a color that's not yellow, and there isn't one that could possibly get it, because purple needs to get over here. Orange doesn't have anywhere near enough cells left, so in fact, this cell is red, the only other thing it can be. Now red's actually done. Makes that orange. Orange has one more to do. Purple, again, needs to connect here in some capacity. It certainly doesn't have enough degrees of freedom to grab this, so this cell just has to be yellow. Okay, now I think purple just can't come down this side. If purple comes down this side, yeah. If purple tries to connect down this side, yellow doesn't get big enough. So purple has to come down here, which does make orange finish like that. And does make this cell yellow. Because it's not purple. So purple comes down there like that. This purple comes out like that. These two join. That's 9, so that's it. Very good. Okay. We have successfully glassed. Let's see, there's a hidden one over here. Difficulty 5. Oh boy, okay. Everything has size 5, and we've got a bunch of these things here. Let's see, that definitely goes like that. This definitely goes like this. I feel like I need to somehow entangle these same different businesses to decipher what is being claimed here about this particular... Let's see, all of these are the same. So that the same thing, actually, all of these are the same. Because there's just this giant string. Okay. So I see now the joke. So all of these are the same, and these 3 are the same, but these 2 are different. And so the joke is that tells me that these can't be part of the same omino. Because if these were part of the same omino, we'd in fact have in one direction that these were the same, and the other direction that they were different. Okay, so we get that. Make that red. Make this light blue. Let's see, red can't flow through both of these because then it would be both the same and different as that one. Blue could flow through both of these for what it's worth. Red going over this way would make an L. So yeah, these 2 are different shapes. Is red just always an L? I think I can prove red's always an L, but the proof is ugly. Oh, right. Blue and red are different. So blue and red can't both touch the inside here. One of them has to go that way. Okay, so I'm going to give the ugly argument. If red goes this way, would have to be an I or an L, but this can't possibly be an I. It can't extend 5 straight in that direction, so it would be an L. And if red goes this way, then now it has to be an L or a Z, However, if it's a Z, that makes yellow have to be a Z, and this just can't be part of a Z. So this shape is definitely an L, regardless of which way it goes, which means blue is not an L. And now that just means blue can't not take this cell. If blue doesn't take this cell, then the same exact argument shows you that blue is an L. So blue always takes this cell. Now, if blue doesn't take this cell now, then blue gets pushed over here and then ends up in the same situation of either having to be an L or a Z, but it can't be a Z because it's different from red, and it can't be an L because it's different from red, and can't be a Z because green would be a Z too. So, in other words, this cell is definitely blue as well, which is nice because it resolves red, because remember, blue and red are different, is the thing we know. Okay. Okay, so now... So now blue is either a T or a Y. However, the version where blue takes this doesn't work, because then I can't make green have the same shape. So blue looks like that. Now, if I think about where there's two cells in a row in a Y, it's either part of the spine or it's part of the poke. But this can't be part of the poke, because then it would need to extend up and down. So this is the spine of the Y that we have over there. This same argument applies here to this. And now this is 16 cells over here. So if purple were to go this way, that would strand 16 cells that I have to break into groups of 5. That's not going to work. So purple doesn't go that way. Purple goes into one of those two cells. This cell is part of a Y. Oh, I see the option I was missing. Yeah, so this is going to end up going like this, but I have figured that out by thinking about uniqueness, so I'm not going to use it. Let's see. So this is going to be 1 purple and 3 other shapes. This shape is somewhat unhelpfully... Oh no, this shape is known to be a Y. Sorry, this shape is known to be a Y. So I think that's actually the natural place, is to ask what Y this is part of. So this is definitely a corner of the Y. That is to say, it's an area where nothing goes that way or that way from it. And so the only such things are these two ends. So in other words, this has to grow 4 in one of these directions, and if it grows 4 in this direction, it breaks purple, so it grows 4 in that direction. This is something over here, so orange does that, blue does that. This is something over here. So that's all set up. Okay. So I guess the natural argument is this is a Y, but it's not part of the spine, because if it were part of the spine, then it would go that way. Or this way, and both of those have the problem that this one cuts off those 2 cells, and this one cuts off these 3 cells, and in the case of these 3, it doesn't work because you could take one from the green and one from the blue, but you'd still have one left over, and in this case it doesn't work because you could take one of these 2, but you can't have both. So this is part of the Y, but it's not part of the spine. Which means it's exactly in the picture of the Y, it's exactly that cell. And the only way that works is for this to look like that, which then finishes that. Let's see, we could do this over here. Yeah, now we've got our argument that these actually can't be the same, because if these were the same, I would strand a not multiple of 5 number of cells up here. So actually this is just a P. Oops. What I meant to press was that. Oh, well. Okay, this same argument applies here. And so then we end up dividing this into 2 P's, but we need to change the colors of this a little bit. We'll get a little bit more rich purple in here. And we'll make this red slightly bolder. Not that bold. There we go, that bold. This blue needs to look a little bit different from the light blue next to it. There we go. I'm happy with that. Okay. Okay, so we've got a precision 4 moment going on. These 2 are something, and whatever it is, it's not the same as these 2. It's not the same as these. It's not the same as those. None of these things can be the same as this one. Or, for that matter, this one. Okay, I think that might be all the freebies. I have achieved a minimal deduction, which is that this cell is always teal, because if this cell isn't teal, then teal grows here, and it can't grow there and can't grow here without cutting off whatever this thing is, so we at least get that. Oh, here's a much easier deduction. Green needs 2 more cells, so that cell's always green. So actually we get all of that, actually. Okay, that was much easier than what I was attempting to do. Oh, also, now there's this thing here. I say, also there's this that I've missed the whole time, but I don't think I've missed it the whole time. I think it was just, only available here. This cell now can't be anything but teal, because if it's anything but teal, then in the process of growing, it cuts off teal. These 2 now have to belong to this vanilla ice flavor. This cell can't not be purple for the same reason as teal earlier. If this cell isn't purple, then purple now has to turn into an S and block off this cell. So that cell's definitely part of purple. This cell, if it's not yellow, is part of an amino that doesn't have size 4. Because if this cell isn't yellow, it grows, and it can only grow to get 3 total cells, because it can't become orange or purple, so it just is yellow. Okay, this cell now, if it's not purple, it's orange, and then it's cut off orange. So it is purple, which now means that one is orange, and that one's orange. And then we are done with this. I don't know if it's just me. The teal just looks so much like the blue It's hard to make a good-looking piece of stained glass that has this teal in it, but this is like my best effort so far. We'll continue experiments in the artistic use of teal going forward. If you're not, let's see, there's a 4, there's another 5. I don't think we've done this before. They're probably trying to teach me something. Okay, these each have 3 in them. So now we can do this whole, oh no, we can't. We can't do the connectedness along the border business because with 3 things, it doesn't quite work the same. So we've used often that with 2 shapes inside a thing, that their imprints on the border have to be contiguous. But with 3, what you can have is you can have one cut across the middle, and then the other lives entirely on the top, and the other lives entirely on the bottom, or something like that. I can certainly do stuff like this at least. Now, if this cell isn't red, it looks horrible, I suppose, but I'm not sure that I am prepared to make a deep, profound argument about that. There's 14 cells over to the right half, so there have to be 2 colors at least represented in the right half in both of these. That part's the same. And hence there have to be 2 colors represented in the left half. So the border can change colors a maximum of 4 times. And it only changes colors 4 times rather than 3 if we actually have sort of some division where one thing actually touches the border twice. Which I don't think can happen, but I'm a little worried about trying to argue it. But the reason why I'm interested in that is because I've got these 3 pieces along the border here that I already have sort of 3 border boundaries. So if there isn't anything weird going on, then we know that yellow is going to take all of these cells, red is going to take all of these cells, and purple is going to take all of these, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would just be 10. That implies I did my math wrong before. Wait, that would be 11, wouldn't it? Is the point that that can't happen? Oh, it's this cell wouldn't be in it. So if there's no border changes, actually, there's just one contiguous shape over here. And that is 10 cells, and that would be the same in both of these. That is both the one on the left and the one on the right. A lot of people would have just vibe solved this and been done in 10 seconds because if you just assume that there has to be no other border break here, then this is easy, but it's not quite true in general, and I could get got. But the interesting thing here is it implies that actually we have to have that division there. Which would be quite weird. Okay, here's a different way to approach this. Make that cell yellow. And this cell, red. And I'm going to ask, is it possible there's an extra division here? In which case we would either have this cell being red, with red going all the way around here, which is a problem because red wouldn't finish, because this would be all the divisions. If there's an extra division here, we now have all the divisions, because we said 4 divisions max. And so we have sort of 2 universes. One is that this is red, and red extends all the way over here. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cells, plus that. That doesn't work, so that's not what would happen. Or that this was yellow, and all of these were yellow as well. But now, in that universe, just to draw that in, I now have to connect this yellow to this yellow in a way that still leaves, with 4 cells, in a way that leaves red enough space to get 10. That's definitely not going to happen. Oh, wait, sorry. No, that's not right. Sorry, I said that wrong. Sorry. The one option is that this is red. That doesn't work. The other option is that red wraps around here, and this is yellow, which actually looks kind of fine to me, actually, if I just draw it in. That seems plausible, at least. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite, maybe? It looks very close to working, actually. Because then this over here in that instance would all end up being purple. Oh, that's real close. No, that's right? That's 10. That's 10. Oh shit, it works. The horrible thing can happen. So that's amazing. I picked exactly the one spot for the break because I was like, I'm pretty sure I can argue easily that there can't be a break here, and then just sort of go around and like one at a time argue that there's not a break there. But I, by coincidence, actually picked the one that works because this is a perfectly acceptable division of this thing. Whoops. Okay. So what is the natural way to ask about this? Because and I assume for this one, the border really does get split in 3 pieces. This is some sort of like really bizarro yin-yang parody nonsense. Is there something that goes wrong if I assume there's no divisions in here? Like something that very obviously doesn't work about this in this case? So if I imagine that this is the world, then I'd have a red here, Both of these would have to belong... Well, sorry, that one at least would have to belong to the third color. Pretty hard to imagine that this one is red, so that one would also belong to the third color, I guess. Yeah, I don't see how this is obviously wrong, and I assume it's actually what happens in the other puzzle. And unfortunately, assuming there's no border break in there doesn't tell me that there do exist, or that there don't exist other border breaks. So, like, the sort of the natural world for me is that one, which somehow ends up not working. It ends up not working because this cell is yellow or red, and both of those are horrible, right? Am I supposed to imagine if it's really possible for these two to be different colors? Let's see. Those are really different colors. Green needs that to get out, so all of those end up being green. Green still needs to get out, so that ends up being green, but that doesn't look great. Is it whether these two can be different colors? I see that much is definitely forced. Pretty hard for this to be yellow in that instance, I think. Funny to me that this is listed as difficulty 4. Difficulty is, I suppose, always a complicated thing to do. So I think somehow this is about saying in the right way that the number of colors is 3. I'm really squinting trying to understand the what I'm learning from the other side. Like, I guess whatever this is, it's not green, so I guess I could draw in that border in my thinking about this. And so then green would go up. Whatever this is would come out over here, like that. And now it's at least 4 cells over here. Green now has to go that way. Be yellow. This is starting to get really precarious. Green certainly can't come up here because that would break, so green goes there, but now assuredly now assuredly this thing that's not yellow definitely takes this, and yellow can't finish. That's just like a really, really long look ahead. I'm trying to think what's the elegant way to see that this fails. Maybe the correct way to say this is that there's sort of 4 corners in this grid. And really, I guess there's sort of 3 pieces, because these two connect. Like, there's all these, like, pairs, like, if these 2 cells are the same color, then, of course, everything down there is also that color. And the same is true over here in this one. Of course, over here. But none of those are quite large enough that they, break the world if they happen. It's not like somehow if these 2 are different colors that it obviously breaks, right? It's not obvious to me, at least. Okay, well, here's something I can say. So, if we do subdivide the border, then we know every region has size 10. So I can't, for example, ever divide it like this. Because if I do, now I've got 2 opposite sides that need to join, and the 2 opposite sides have sizes 5 and 4 or 5 and 5, and I just can't join them. So, like, these 2 are always the same. And I could probably make that argument over in this grid as well. Yeah, these 2 can't be the same, and these 2 can't be the same. Again, they would be too big, so I'm comfortable with that. Those are the same in both grids. And we could probably make that same argument here, where if I divided here, then that would leave 5 on this side and 6 on that side. That's obviously too many. And 4 on this side and 3 on this side. That's not... Oh, sorry, no. 4 on this side and 5 on that side. That doesn't work either. So this is definitely part of the same collection. Okay, that would be 4 on this side, 6 on that side, 4 on this side, 6 on that side. That doesn't work. This would be 7 on this side and 4 on that side, and it would be 3 on this side and 6 on that side. That doesn't work either. Okay, we're getting closer to where it's going to be plausible, though, because this would be 2 on this side and 6 on that side. Still, though, that would only leave me 2 to connect. That doesn't work. And 4 on this side and way more than too many on that side. I can't imagine this is exactly what they intended that someone would do. Let's see, what about here? It's a 3 and a 4. Doesn't work either. This is the one we know actually secretly does work. Let's big is this already? This is already 7 in size, so we know it takes at most 3 more cells. Yeah, I still, even with that argument, I don't see a super clear path from knowing all of this is yellow to happiness. If this is yellow, it interestingly finishes yellow, because all of these would also be yellow. Which is, I think, exactly what happens. Okay, I think I'm just going to fill in the solution and let people in the comments tell me how I'm supposed to think about this. Because over here, this one is going to look like this. Like that. This, therefore, is going to have to be red, because if it was green, I would make that red, and that doesn't work well. Which then makes this green. Red come up like that. It's going to be that. And this one, it was something like that, right? Oh, that's not 10. It was something like this. With this being red and these being red. Blue over here. This now has to be yellow because blue can't get over here. And if red goes there, then blue's got to do something really inappropriate. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you actually think I'm supposed to have done here, because I feel like there's some sort of connectedness logic that's supposed to tell me what's happening here, but I definitely don't understand what it is. So if you have a good argument that this thing has a unique solution, and that I should have been able to deduce how these two are going to be sort of different, let me know. I did my best, but I think I did not really. I only get half credit for this one. All right, but that is going to be enough for that episode of today. Don't worry, we'll be back with more. I won't let that scare me off, but huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time on Artisans of Glimmith. Bye for now.